Hey, you're tuned into the deep dive, and it's really great to have you with us.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Cassie.
So today, we're diving into something that goes way beyond just dollars and cents, doesn't it?
It really does. We've been looking at this article, 12 best inheritances you can give your children. And wow, it just totally reframes what legacy means.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the money aspect for a second. This piece really gets into the essential stuff, the gifts we often overlook, but should be giving the next generation.
Absolutely. And our mission here really is to pull out the practical wisdom from this. We want to focus on those less tangible things, the things that genuinely shape who our kids become.
Right.
It's like the article suggests the best inheritance isn't always a bank account, but maybe the values, the skills, the life lessons, things that actually empower them.
Okay, let's unpack that first one the article mentions. Wisdom. It makes this point that real wisdom isn't really from books, is it? It's from living life.
Yeah, the ups and downs. And who better to share that, that hard-won knowledge than us, the parents or caregivers.
Exactly.
And what's really interesting is how sharing our own stuff, like not just the wins, but maybe even more importantly, the mistakes,
yeah,
right?
Definitely the mistakes.
Yeah. And what we learned, how that can be like a guide for our kids. You hear successful people talk about mentors or key experiences all the time.
True.
It shows that lived wisdom is just irreplaceable for navigating life and, maybe even helping them do better than we did.
Totally. It's like saying, look, I messed up here, but here's what I figured out. And for you listening, just think about time someone shared their practical know-how with you. Mm-hmm. It's tapping into that to help the next ones maybe skip a few potholes.
So the next really valuable inheritance they talk about is social skills. The article says, and I think it's spot on, that being able to build and keep good relationships is it's a massive gift.
Yeah, and it gets specific too, doesn't it? Like how to handle yourself, how to make good friends, interacting with different people.
Right, even choosing the right company to keep.
Yeah, all of that. It's fundamental for everything. Happiness, work.
Absolutely. And underneath all that, communication skills.
Yeah.
Being clear, respectful, having that empathy, reading the room. Social intelligence, right?
Definitely.
It lets you build trust, sort out conflicts, just thrive wherever you need to work with people. Think about your own job.
Yeah.
How often does just connecting well make a difference?
All the time. Okay, moving on. The article brings up a healthy view of family. And this one really struck me. How much kids absorb about family just from watching us at home?
Yeah, it's huge. Those daily interactions, they see how partners treat each other, with respect and love. Or even how a single parent talks about relationships that sets a blueprint.
It really does.
And the article makes a great point for single parents too. Don't let your own, maybe difficult experiences color your kids' view of marriage or family negatively. Keep it positive. Keep it open.
It's about modeling, isn't it? Showing what support looks like day to day. And for you listening, maybe think about how your own upbringing affects your relationships now. Understanding that helps, whatever your family looks like.
Okay, the next one is good memories. The article puts it really powerfully. Childhood memories can either inspire you or haunt you.
No, yeah. That's stark. It really makes you think about the impact of the moments we create. Mm-hmm. It's about consciously trying to build those good moments, filled with love, kindness, memories they can draw strength from later.
And there's actually science behind this now, Research on memory shows positive early experiences really help build resilience, emotional well-being.
Right.
Those good memories are like an anchor. They give you that sense of security you can go back to.
Then the article gets into sound mental health. And it's blunt, calls trauma the worst inheritance.
Which is such an important framing. It highlights our responsibility, doesn't it? Protecting kids from emotional harm like constant criticism, ignoring their feelings, rejection.
Yeah, that stuff cuts deep.
Yeah, it really does, and it lasts. Nurturing them with love, real support, understanding. That's how you build resilience. It underpins everything else.
It's a serious reminder, isn't it? Our words, our actions, they stick. For you listening, it just underlines how vital mental well-being is for us and the kids around us.
Okay, number 6 is a good name. The article says a reputation built on integrity, on respect. That's a legacy that lasts.
And it's not about being famous or rich, right? It's about living honestly, ethically.
Exactly.
Living in a way that makes your kids feel proud. Your actions basically inspire them to live up to that name too.
And if you think about it in a broader social way, a good name builds social capital. that network of trust within a community.
Right, right.
A good name is like social currency. It makes connection easier. Teaching kids that encourages them to think about their actions and their reputation.
Then there's a sense of identity. The article points out that kids really need to know where they come from.
Yeah, and the value here is connecting them to their roots, sharing family stories, introducing relatives, talking about heritage.
It gives them that grounding.
It really does. A sense of belonging, pride, understanding where you fit helps shape who you are.
It's like weaving their family story for them so they see the bigger picture they're part of. That identity can be a real anchor throughout life.
Okay, now we get to financial wealth. The article definitely acknowledges, leaving resources, assets, savings, maybe a business.
Sure, that's the traditional idea of inheritance for many.
Right.
Right.
But in the article, it's not just about handing over money. It stresses teaching the skills to manage it.
The financial literacy piece. Crucial.
Totally. Because just getting a pile of cash without knowing what to do with it, that can actually go wrong.
Yeah, you hear stories.
Exactly. Being financially literate empowers them to make smart choices, saving, spending, investing, and actually build on what they receive.
Makes sense. Okay, number 9 is a legacy of faith. This is about teaching kids to rely on, something bigger than themselves.
Yeah, and the emphasis is on faith, whatever that looks like for a family, as a source of strength. Inner strength, comfort.
So things like praying together.
Or just encouraging that spiritual side, yeah. It provides grounding, support, especially when things get tough. Reminds them they're not alone.
Following that, the article talks about confidence, helping kids really believe in themselves.
Confidence. That inner feeling that you can do things, that you have worth. It lets kids face challenges, bounce back from setbacks, stand up for themselves.
It's so fundamental, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a cornerstone for a good life. Lets them take risks, chase goals.
It's nurturing that I can voice, right? Giving them that sense of purpose, knowing they can handle things.
And then number 11 is values and traditions. The article stresses passing down core ethics like integrity, hard work, honesty, family unity.
And I like how it connects that to traditions, eating together, sharing stories, celebrating milestones. Those rituals.
They really reinforce those values, don't they?
They absolutely do. Traditions give that sense of continuity, connection across generations. They're like tangible reminders of what your family stands for, grounding kids in that shared identity.
Okay, and finally, the article talks about a support system. This is about looking beyond just the family unit.
Right. Actively introducing kids to other positive influences.
Like mentors?
Mentors, community leaders, trusted family friends, people who offer different perspectives, more guidance, extra support.
And encouraging them to get involved in things.
Exactly. Social groups, spiritual communities, educational stuff. It exposes them to a wider range of positive role models that can really shape their path.
So the article wraps up by reminding us, we're all shaped by the past generations. And what we leave behind intentionally shapes the future ones.
Yeah.
It really pushes us to focus on leaving blessings, values, wisdom, the stuff that truly empowers kids. It's a powerful message. It really shifts the focus from just the material stuff to the much deeper, lasting impact of those intangible gifts.
Yeah.
Character, knowledge, connection.
Yeah, well said. It's a lot to think about.
Definitely.
Thanks for diving deep with us. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell for more real talk on hot viral topics. Tell us what topic you want us to deep dive on in the comments section.
Bye, everyone, and see you again in our next podcast.